How are we doing today, folks? Well, you know me, it's Wednesday, so I'm going to be in a bad mood, but I'm in an extra bad mood to this Wednesday because I did a trivia event yesterday with several of you were there at the trivia event. It did not go well for our team. It was very frustrating. So if you're not familiar with the Dukeum's trivia format, is that they ask four questions and they're kind of varying points, but you can double down if you're very confident about each of your answers. Every single category we had one question that nobody on the team knew the answer to. So we got three right, or like everything right except for one. Stupid watermelon fest. Yeah. I didn't know. I had no idea about watermelon fest, but yeah, it's like all these things that were just popping up. And so we ended up having a low point total and then went to the final question and we just butchered the final question. Yeah. And so, yeah. I am not used to losing at trivia, at least not that badly. I'm used to losing at trivia, but not getting annihilated. The worst part is I'm pretty sure we lost Professor Templetonstein, and I'm never going to live that one down. Okay. I mean, I'm okay with Scotty T knowing more about law than I do, but not about trivia. That's the line. That is the line, folks. All right. So yeah, if I seem like I'm in a little bit of grouchy mood today, that's the reason why. But it's not your fault. I'm putting squarely this one just on Scott Templeton, Professor Templeton. You could tell him I said so too. So today we've got our final NetSuite assignment, and this is posted on Brightspace. I'm recording this because basically I'm not going to record the entire class session. It's not going to be me walking around staring in the camera and doing stuff. I'm going to pause the recording. But in case like a common issue comes up, I want to have a reference that everybody can refer to. But for the most part, this is going to be doing the work on your own. Now, if you took diligent notes like I recommended that you did from parts 4 through part 7, you should be able to finish this, if not by the end of class, shortly thereafter. I think when I worked through this, and to be fair, I've done this many, many times before, but I worked through it on Monday and it took me about 30 minutes to complete. Okay. Which I don't anticipate everybody in the class will finish in 30 minutes because, again, I've got very diligent notes and I've done it multiple times. So it was fairly quick for me. That being said, it is certainly possible that you can finish this in the allotted class time if you've got good notes. If you don't have good notes, you do have the videos as a backup. If you're going to watch the videos in class, please, first of all, keep the volume low so you don't disrupt your students. If you have like ear devices, look at those. If you're just completely stumped and just not sure which direction to go, you can't tell, I'm more than willing to answer questions. I want to throw the caveat out there that I am available for questions if you have details. I am not going to do full walkthroughs of everything all over again. Like your questions need to be restricted to things that you're really struggling with and not saying, I don't remember how to do this at all. Can you run through it again, Dr. Barnes? My answer will be, unfortunately, no. Okay. That was why we went through the walkthroughs in the first place, so that everybody get acquainted with this. There are some new little details, some new little steps you'll have to walk through, and you'll have to learn some things on your own. But overall, this is just going to be a replication of the processes of our last 4 NetSuite activities. So again, if you took diligent notes, you should have no trouble. A few notes that I want to make about today's assignment, okay? First of all, it's worth 20 points, which means that you want to do it very thoroughly and as accurately as possible, okay? So this is one of those ones that it's worth a combination of like 4 assignments, which makes sense because it effectively is a combination of 4 assignments. It is not due this coming Friday. It is due a week from Friday. I'm not saying that you should wait till a week from Friday to finish it, but you do have a little bit of extra time since it is a large assignment. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let you all work on it. I will be wandering around and kind of answering questions. And like I said, if something comes up that needs clarification, I will announce it on the video so you can refer back to this outside of class. So a quick note, this has come up a couple times, so I want to make sure I know. So you can use any vendor that operates out of the US West. I recommend that you just use the same vendor we used for our example, which is Planning Partners Limited. We know that they operate out of US West and they'll ship to the US West warehouse. If you try to select somebody who does not operate in the US West, and they won't actually be able to ship and you'll run into problems later down the line. So that's kind of my suggestion for you, is just continue that. I probably should put that in the instructions, but I was trying to be deliberately vague. Anyway. All right, we're about out of time. So as you're continuing to work on this, let me know if you have any questions. Again, not due till next Friday, so feel free to come by office hours if you have an issue.
Next Friday, not this Friday?
It's due next Friday, not this coming Friday.